When making your magazine cover, you're going to start in Canva and click on Create a Design. And you can just search up magazine, and magazine cover pops right up for you. I would encourage you to start with a blank background and not use one of the templates because it's just going to be a lot easier. When I started researching, I knew I was going to do a fashion magazine cover. So I started looking at fashion magazine covers to give me an idea. And what I noticed is that it was mostly people, models, posing in fashion in front of a solid background. So when I start my background, I probably want to just do a solid background. So I'm just going to click on photos, and I can just, type in blue gradient or blue background, and that's going to give me a background color that I could probably use and stretch out for my background. You're going to want to make sure that you upload the image that you took of your green screen. And remember that when you upload that image, that you can remove the background quite easily. Just click on the image, click Edit Image, and you probably have background remover popped up because we've used it before. And if you click on it, it's simply going to remove that green screen for you. So when you are using the green screen, it makes it very simple to remove the background, a lot easier than if you had a busy background. So after that background removes, you can click apply, and then you can start stretching out and moving your image around, really playing around with size and proportion. And think about the negative space that you might want to use in your magazine cover. So when I'm looking at those examples, I'm noticing that the title is really large and that the subtitles are smaller. And it makes my model look more three-dimensional if there's a shadow. So we already know how to do a drop shadow. Again, edit image. We've used shadows before. Adding a drop shadow is just going to make it appear as if I am actually in front of that background. You can also play around with editing your image. You can play around with auto enhance. You can play around with color mixing, paint effects. The one that I really liked was photogenic. And if I click on photogenic, I can see some different photo filters to use. And I thought that it was really fun to kind of do a pop of color. So that outrun was kind of fun for me. So I decided I wanted to use that. When you are doing your title, you can, again, click on the text tool. You can choose something that already exists to look at those fonts and colors, or you can start fresh on a heading and pick your own type font. But let's say I just choose this one, and I can change the title. I can also change the size, and I can make it stretch out so that it fits my fashion magazine cover well. And if you remember from our product commercials, you can also change the color to match the colors that were from your photo. So you can play around with choosing photos that might pop that relate to your photo. When you are playing around with this, let's say that my photo was larger. Remember that you can arrange and move things. Looks like I accidentally got rid of that, so edit, undo. But I can arrange and move things by right-clicking and sending back, sending forward, moving those layers. Same thing when you are adding your smaller headlines. You can play around with these here. You can play around with the fonts, the sizes, the colors, and the layers. One thing that you do have to add is a barcode. It's real simple to just find one on Canva. If you click on photos, and if you search for one, there are some that you can easily draw into your magazine and move around. When you are completely finished, make sure that you have a background, that you've done some editing, you've got a title, you've got at least 3 different subtitles relating to your magazine, at least 2 different fonts, at least 2 different colors, that your color scheme works well together, and that you've included a barcode.